Okay, we're going to start with some basic scales. And, there's a lot of weak guitarists that just never learn their scale notes. They maybe know the C major scale or a couple others, possibly. They probably learned some certain forms of the pentatonic scales and then they flounder and they never really know the notes they're playing on the fretboard. Learning the notes is essential to a lot of other concepts like building chords. It's really essential to everything. It just is. You need to learn the notes on your fretboard and you need to learn the scales. It's fundamental music theory, fundamental basic music theory. And everything else stems and builds out of the major scale. So we're going to start with some simple open scales, and that's going to facilitate a few things. It's always important to know why you're doing things, okay? Otherwise, just doing them because somebody told you to, the wax on, wax off theory of learning. I'm not really a big fan of that. I like to know why I'm doing things. So in this case, we're doing this exercise of practicing scales for several reasons. First off, one of the most famous classical guitarists, Segovia, suggested his students practice 3 to 4 hours a day of scales and said he knows of no other exercise that prepares the joints for further play and for speed, and basically he said it was the best exercise there is. I trust that assessment. It's a good assessment, and I will say that while I waited for quite literally decades to start really learning scales on the guitar, I did have some exposure from some keyboard lessons as a kid, but not really as much. That wasn't something that instructor focused on, which is disappointing now because I wish I'd learned it then. But we're going to start with scales, and we're going to do it because it's going to help you. It's going to help prepare your fingers to play. Okay, it's going to help you stretch to reach notes, and it's going to help your joints develop. It's going to help you learn the notes on your fretboard because you're going to say the notes while you play them. It's going to provide the basis for all chord building, and it's going to help you when you eventually hope to be able to solo and improvise, to know what notes to emphasize and what scales you're playing in. And that's just to name a few of the benefits of doing this. So that was a little verbose, but let's get down to it. So the open C major scale, one octave of the open major C major scale. If you played a C chord, it goes, and you're all probably familiar with it. I'm trying to do it so you can see the notes here, but you're at a C, G, E, C, C, E, G, C, E. You could play. You can play all six, but really, if you play that bottom E, it gets kind of muddy. It's better to play it this way: C, E, G, open E, C. So that's the third fret of the fifth string, the second fret of the fourth string, the open third string, and the first fret. Okay, that's a C major chord, and you probably all know that. Okay, we're going to play a C major scale between those two C's. Now I want you to notice where these two C's are, because as we start to learn up the fretboard, we're going to do other patterns of the major scale, and you're going to find that those notes repeat in a certain form. Notice how this is the same shape up here at the 13th and 15th fret as it is down here. These forms are going to repeat as you go up the neck. There's a different shape for a different form. The next one looks like this. And here they start to repeat. Whoops. Now I can't find it. Okay. There we go. Okay, that was all the natural C's on the neck. And I know how to find those because I know what those shapes look like. But okay, we're just going to go straight to the open C scale and keep it simple. I know I'm 5 minutes in, but I'm providing this as baseline for why you want to take time to learn this, why we're going to do it for all the keys, and how we're going to learn a bunch of different things along the way. We're going to start real simple with this open C scale. So it's C, 5th string, 3rd fret, D, open D string. By the way, did you tune your guitar when you sat down to play? Tune first. E, F, G, A, open B, C. All right, so now we're going to practice that for a few minutes together. Nice and slow, saying the notes. I'm set at, let's do, that's pretty slow. Let's do 66 beats a minute. We're going to do quarter notes. That means 1 note per beat. Quarter notes, 66 beats a minute. We're going to go up and down this scale. We start on C. 1, 2, ready, go. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. C, B, A, G, F, E, B, C. I'm going to set a timer for 3 minutes. Hopefully it won't interfere with recording. All right, it's going. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. If it's too fast, if you can't keep up, set your own timer. Go slower, set the metronome slower. Sit and work these out. If you're not sure you're playing the right notes, and if you use a snark tuner, it'll show you the note. You can't probably see it on here. Yeah, I can't really turn it that way very easily. But you can look at your tuner to learn these, but it's better if you don't. I mean, it's okay to check it. Okay, is that a C? Yeah, that's a C. Is that a D? Yeah, that's a D. Is that an E? Yes, it is. F, okay? All right, so back to doing these, just repeating it. You want to get this under your fingers where it becomes second nature and it's very easy to play. So C, and I'm just down picking these, but you could alternate pick up and down. At this tempo, just down pick them. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. C, B, C. Let's start over. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. C, D, E, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. My 3-minute timer went off. Okay, now, different concept is called a relative minor scale. I'm not going to get into all the theory just yet. on what that is, other than to say there's two scales that are essentially the same scale with different starting points. The major scale and the minor scale. So a C major scale is also, here's an A minor chord, has a darker sound. This has a happier, brighter sound, the major scale, minor chord here, A minor. Okay, we're also, so the relative minor scale it's derived from the major scale simply by going to the sixth scale degree, the sixth note in the scale, so C, D, E, F, G, A, and starting on that note but playing the same notes as the C major scale. What that means is you're going to go, instead of going C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, you're going to go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. I mean, you're going to stop at A. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. Okay? So to do that, we're going to start on the open A. B, C, D, E, F, G, A. Now I want you to hear something. Use your ears, okay? A major scale sounds like this. Bright and happy. The minor scale sounds darker. And the reason for that is the intervals are different between, I mean, they're still the same intervals between the note, but you're putting a tonal center starting on A, and therefore the formula of how you would build that scale said how many half steps or whole steps do I go between each note. On a major scale, goes whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, half step. On the minor scale, that shifts over to start at the sixth scale degree. So it's no longer the same number, no longer quite the same. Okay, so it sounds darker as a result of that A being the tonal center. Okay, so those notes one more time are A, fifth string B, so it's an open A on the fifth string, fifth string B, fifth string C at the third, open D, E on the fourth string second fret, F on the fourth string third fret, open G, and A. You say, well, I want to keep going up. Could you do that? Sure. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. But you're not in open position anymore when you do that, right? So we're just doing one octave here of this. Okay, so look. By learning these two, you've also just learned a bunch of notes across these middle strings. And if you've been watching my down picking, you know, you're already down picking every day and going E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and going back down. So you're already learning these, your E strings, because these are the same, right? Same scale on this as this. So now you're starting to learn the notes on these. So, all right, let's practice the A minor scale for 3 minutes. I'm going to set a timer. I'm going to turn on my metronome. 1, 2, ready, go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A. Is it too fast? If it's too fast, slow down and do it slower. Do it without the metronome if you have to start. But you got to start getting where you learn these notes. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A minor scale descending. A, G, Let's take a rest just for a second. Ready, go. One, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, G, F, E, B, C, B, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A. If it's in your range or if you can sing it, it's better if you sing the pitches. It actually helps your ear training. So it's better if you go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A. Are you hitting them right on the click? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A. And my 3 minutes is up. Now, that took 16 minutes to explain it to you and play those for 6 minutes, but you can easily do that in 6 minutes. And if you put a little chart in front of you, that may help with the chord notes shown on the chart. But just to review one more time, I want you to notice the C major chord uses those root notes. C, that builds a major triad. E, G, that's called a major triad. It's the first, third, and fifth scale degree. And then another C and another E. C, E, G, C, E. It's your C major chord. Comes from the C major scale. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Right, now, let's do one more thing with this for those go-getters who want to go a little faster. Let's turn this up to, let's say, about 92. It's a little faster. Okay, what I'm trying to do, and I'm not very good at this, is I just picked that a whole bunch of different ways. I picked it all down picked, I picked it all up picked, I picked it alternate picking, which is down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. I picked it economy picking, which it means you pick down every time you change strings going down, and up every time you're changing strings going up. I did all that. You can work on your right hand and your left hand and your scale knowledge and your fretboard knowledge all at once with scales. And it's important that you do. But when you're first starting out, just learn the notes and play them, okay? You can also work on timing and different things. So we could go C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. I missed a couple. Okay. Now if I wanted to do double, it'd be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay. Or you can slow it back down. Let's go back down to 60 for a minute. That's a lot for, especially for beginners. That's kind of fast. Let's go down to 60. That's eighth notes. It's 2 notes per click. Quarter notes would be Whoops. Okay. Now eighth notes, they're counted 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You go to 16th notes. It's 4 notes per click. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. Okay. You can also do something called triplets, which would be 3 notes per click. So it's 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Triplets. So now we've taken that beat and subdivided it into 8th notes, triplets, and 16th notes. You got to learn all that too in time. But all this while we should be thinking C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. When we do the minor, it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. C major, A minor. This concludes the scale of the day, and it's a lot longer than I really wanted it to be. But that's okay. 22 minutes is still not a lot of time to spend, and we covered a lot of ground there. Learning this stuff will really help you to do a whole bunch of other things downstream. Spending time on scales is a very high payoff activity for guitar players. It isn't exciting. You know, you're not going to impress your friends by playing the A minor scale. But you will impress them when you can solo downstream. And you'll have fun doing it too, and you'll know what you're doing, unlike, gosh, so many guitarists don't know their scales and modes. They just don't. And they're not very good for a reason. Okay? So, practice your scales. Don't be like Clarence Diggs. That's a Far Side reference.